Hi, everybody. All right, we have made it to the end of the Curiosity program. I'm going to explain your very last assignment like we talked about together, and I look forward to seeing you. This is your assignment to make it stick. The way you get the most value out of these curiosity ideas, and really anything, is to start including them in your day-to-day practices and work. So, your assignment is to create at least one curiosity habit that will give fire to your curiosity. Now, if you'll remember, we talked about different principles that influence our curiosity. Having a strong my why, I wonder, and I can. This is all about my why, the foundation, and I wonder and I can are the teeter-totter that you got to keep balanced and keep feeding both of them to keep growing and exploring more. I gave you a quick definition of what each is, and then here's some ideas if you're wondering how you might grow each of them. We've talked about and learned how to grow each during this program, but these might help you to get some more ideas of what you could do. Step one is to review these and just think about your experiences that you've had during this program that sparked your curiosity. Then step two, choose one simple action you can do regularly that will grow your curiosity. So I'm going to give you an example as we're going through. If you remember, do a quick review of my example I've given to you. The value was to become a more valuable communicator at meetings and presentations at work. And that was my dream statement. Then we created a what if map. Lots of ideas trying to get to something specific and concrete. We zoomed in next on Better Storyteller, zoom in and add details. And Better Storyteller was still pretty abstract and not actionable yet. So I did another what if map, mini one, until it came to this idea, start a YouTube channel about storytelling. And then I zoomed up on that, got details, who, what, where, when, what it would actually look like. And it started to form and morph a little bit from there until we came up with a quick win. Well, first evaluated my I can mindset to making a YouTube channel and what I needed to get there. This is all about balancing that I can and I wonder. And then got a quick win to choose 3 stories. And I did that. And I even made a little schedule for when I can start practicing it every day. That was doable. Okay, so that's the point we're at now. So, one simple action to grow my curiosity. That's step 2. As I was reviewing this and really thinking about, for my goal, becoming a better storyteller through sharing stories on social media, YouTube, and recording them, I found that one of my biggest roadblocks has to do with the I can. I do pretty well. I love asking questions, getting out of my usual routines, looking for new connections and ideas. I've already been grounded in my why, and it's really connected to my purpose with this work I'm doing too, to tell these stories. So my weakness, I think, really is with the I can, because I tend to overanalyze and keep coming up with more ideas and possibilities, and it's hard for me to really switch into, okay, let's complete one. Let's really get on it. So what I want to work on is kind of this get oriented and make a clear plan, and then get a quick win. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to go over here. One simple action. So it's going to take a little bit of thought here, but the general idea is I want to get oriented and get a quick win. Now, those are not simple actions yet. These are still like just general ideas. So I want to think, okay, how can I get oriented and get a quick win? Okay, as I was thinking about how I can get oriented and get a quick win with these YouTube stories, recording these like 1-minute stories, I came up with this idea. When I'm creating a new story, I need to, one thing I can do to get a quick win is to just a really bare basics outline. I don't know, sorry, my handwriting, but getting a bare basics outline of the story. So bare basics, that means just the total minimum events that I need to share to tell the story. So not keep adding to it, not keep making more complex, just the bare basics. And then what I want to do is just practice that story 3 times and then record it. And that's it. That's how I'm going to get my quick win. The next thing you want to do is identify the trigger or the cue for that action. So it's like really looking at when and where you're going to do that action, and what's something that you'll see, hear, experience, or do that will signal you to take action. So in my example here, this is going to be my action, and my trigger is, I say, after finishing Duolingo. So I'll explain a little bit of that. So I already have a habit of using that language learning app, Duolingo, every morning. Like I get up, I read, and then I do a few lessons on Duolingo. So I'm thinking that could be a good trigger because I'm already doing that every day. So I could say, as soon as I finish Duolingo, I grab my notebook and I write down the bare basics of the story, practice it 3 times, and then record it. So that's my trigger. Something else that can be helpful as you're creating habits is after you start to make this routine of getting the trigger, what you're going to do is to make sure that you're going to have some sort of satisfactory feeling after you've completed that. Because if it's the trigger and then it leads to something you hate doing, you could start to learn to dread it, and we don't want that. So we want to make sure that, one, that this is an enjoyable activity, and then you can just think about what kind of rewards are going to be associated with it. The activity itself could be so satisfying that in itself is its reward. So that's kind of similar to what I have here, is where one of the rewards I have is just to have the story recorded, which is part of my routine. And then I say add it to my collection of stories. And I know for me that's always really satisfying when I just have something to show, something that I'm adding to, something that I'm creating. It makes it, even if it's not making money, even if I'm the only person who sees it, that is something that just makes me feel satisfied. It's like I've created something. So that can be my reward. Another reward I thought of for me with recording these stories is to share the story with my best friend, Steve. This one, I was wondering about that because I thought, maybe the sharing could be something I'd come to dread, because what if people don't like it or whatever? But I think just sharing with this particular friend, it would actually kind of make the whole process a little more fun. Because even if it's bad, if I'm telling the story so bad, like we'll probably just laugh at how bad it is. And if it's good, then he'll probably be like, oh, that was awesome, or I like this part. So that is making one simple action to grow my curiosity. Creating a habit of applying the curiosity principles and practices can be super powerful, because habits are things that you're going to be doing regularly. So over time, it's going to build up and build up. So just think about it. If you had a good habit of asking questions and asking deeper questions, or the habit of just taking action and not getting stuck in paralysis by analysis, or whatever that's called, analysis paralysis. If you can get some of those things into your regular routines, over time, those are going to lead to huge benefits. But that's not the only thing that you can do to start having more curiosity in your life. For example, you could look at your whole environment around you. You know, what's your workspace like? What's your room like? What kind of relationships do you have? What kind of people are you hanging out with? What kind of media are you consuming? You can analyze all these kinds of things and start to think, okay, is this really feeding each of those parts of my curiosity mindset? Is it feeding my why? Is it feeding my ability to wonder and get excited about new ideas? Is it feeding my confidence and ability to take action? Or are they doing the opposite? So there's a million ways you could start applying the curiosity principles. This assignment is just about creating a habit, but I hope you can take some time and think about that, because there are so many things around us. There's so much potential for more curiosity and that feeling of resonance, that feeling of like the light going on, and then the satisfaction of starting to follow those things that you're dreaming about. So that's your assignment. Thanks a lot, you guys, and good luck. Peace. Oh, and before I forget, this last time we meet together, each of you will make a short presentation that you'll share. Short meaning like 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes tops, to share with the group what you learned throughout the Curiosity program and what you'll do to continue to grow your curiosity. Now, I don't want you guys to stress out too much about this. Just a really short presentation, just saying like, hey, what did I learn? What was the most valuable thing I got out of this? What was important? What's something that I think would be good to continue to have in my life that I learned in this program? And then just share it with the group. Okay, see you soon.